What's up guys, my name is Your Heroes and welcome back to more Call to Arms. Now, as you can see, I've done things a wee bit different with my camera. I've actually placed my camera on my second monitor because it's actually directly behind the light that I've got. So I'm hoping this is a wee bit of change, and I know my camera is at the bottom, but I'll change it. I am doing a wee bit of experimenting right now, so if you guys kind of like the way the camera's angled right now, then please let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on this. But today we are back with more Call to Arms. Now, as you know, in my video 2 days ago that I released about the Call to Arms update that came to the game, and one of them was the Conquest version 3.0, and that is exactly what I'll be showing for you guys today. Now, in this video, I'll be explaining the new things that have been added into Conquest version 3.0, and then a wee bit of gameplay is going to come up after it. So if you guys do like what you see and you are new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe because you will get shouted at the end of the video. So without further ado guys, I hope you do enjoy and I hope this helps, and without further ado, let's get going. So first of all, when you look at it, you will see that first of all, I think that I have gone as the Russians, and as you can see that I think the names have changed, have updated, because I don't think there was a name for the infantry before, but now there's names. So that's, I presume, hopefully I think that's one of the new things that they added into the game. And also the research tree. Now, as you can see that the research tree's actually changed a wee bit. So let's go through that. So as you can see now before in this conquest mode, before this, you were able to get all the stages for free. But now that you have to actually go in the research tree and you actually have to unlock it. So you will get starting off with 4 research points. You can unlock the colon stage 3 automatically, and that will be able to give you the stage 3 up here. Now, also you can see that the defenses, a new research has come into it, and that is the defenses. Now the reason is because that you are now in, as explained in the video before, in this conquest mode, there's now an attack defender playstyle where you will have to attack first in the first mission, and then you'll have to defend in the next mission, which of course will be coming up in the gameplay. So basically, the research is big, so make sure you save up enough research points, but the more that you unlock the research, the defense, the bigger your defense will get, and the tougher it'll be for the enemy to penetrate through your defenses. So make sure you try and go for the upgrades for the defenses as well. Now, my top tip of going through this conquest mode is that I would highly recommend going for the vehicles first, because they really do help you out in the first battle, in the first most of the battle, and then from there you can go for the rest of them. Now, I really think that they should really tidy up this research tree, because as you can see, it's kind of all over the place, and I don't think, you've got your infantry here, you've got your infantry leading to, sniper team, which is weirdly over there. So, and then you've got your stages, and then you got your defenses, and then you go down and you got your engineers and your tank crew leading on to the mortars, which is leading on to the tanks. So I think it's really needing of a cleanup. So Call to Arms, if you're watching this video, a wee hint there, maybe kind of tidy up this research tree a wee bit, make it more attractive for newcomers who play this conquest mode. That's something to take into consideration. Now, again, as I said, I really highly recommend that you go for the vehicles first. So I'm going to go for the Tiger, and I would also go for and this one here, and then once you do that, press research selected, done that, and there you go. Now you can, it doesn't really matter how you research this tree. That's just a heavy suggestion. It is up to you how you want to unlock and research stuff, so that is all up to you, but that is just a recommendation. Now, what you can do is that now that you've done all this, press save. Now, nothing much has changed in the layout here. You can see that you can still see all the infantry here and all that. But when we go into select mission down here in the bottom right corner, you will see that strategy map, and then it'll say attacking. And then you can attack one of the two areas. Now, as you know, with the 1-star, I would highly recommend for you players who are very new to this game to go for the 1-star, and it'll give you some rewards, and it'll tell you the area you're playing in and the country you're playing against. Or if you're like me-ish, or actually I'd probably still go with the 1-star, but if you're like a decently good player at this game, then go for the 2-star, and that will give you more rewards and 2 research points, which is really good, plus on top of the research points you get after winning a game. But I do have to, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go for the first one, because I'm just terrible at this game. Now, I do hasten to add that in the video that I made a few days ago, that Call to Arms did say that they wanted this to be challenging, and holy moly, it is challenging. I've played this now for a whole day yesterday, and I generally couldn't get past it. The attacking ones, the defending ones were easy, but the attacking ones are so hard. Literally, I've got this in normal difficulty, and I'm finding this very hard to attack, because in the first miss of the battle, you have to capture 2 flags, and then as the game goes on, it gets harder and harder, and you have to capture like 5 points. And by the way, you have to do this. You have to capture all 5 points before the enemy team reach 100 defense points, kind of like how we do it. But of course, this will be coming up in the gameplay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my infantry over here. I'm going to set up everything up, and then we'll get into gameplay, and I'll show you what the gameplay is like, and then see what your thoughts on it as well. So let's get straight into the action, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, guys. So, I thought my camera was over there. So this is it. So this is where we are starting off. So, as you can see that now, in the gameplay, the playstyle is a lot different. As you can see that they now have a defense set up over here. As you can see, they've got sandbags everywhere. They have a lot of defenses. You can see that it is actually quite well set up. And what's going to happen is that the enemy is going to be bringing in waves. So they're going to they can still bring in waves, but I don't think no more wave, like nothing spawns after wave 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So after like the third wave of enemy comes, that's it. No more enemy waves come. So bear in mind that you do have to attack quickly and decisive, which I have not been doing. I'm going to be showing you. So I've just paused it here just to give you a little show about of what we have to capture over here, and then once we capture it, we win, and then we have to stop the enemy getting to 100 points. So I'm going to unpause it. Yeah, I paused it. I'm going to get my first group, and as you can see, I've got my first group over here. Now, it is actually quite good the way this is set up, because as you can see that I do suck at this game. I admit that I'm not the greatest player in the world. Just bear in mind that if I lose this, then just don't expect anything great from me. That's all I'm saying, because what they're doing is now that once, like, I've only killed maybe about 1 guy already, 2 guys, but thing is, the next wave, as you can see, the points are now going up. So, and then you have to try and capture the base. You have to try and capture the base before the next enemy wave spawns. And as you can see, now another wave of enemies are spawning in. So you have to actually try and attack this as quickly as you can. But like I said, this is very hard to do. So you have to try and do this as quickly as you can. It's just that really hard, but the good thing is that I can go into first person and just kill them all. Yes, there we go. Look at this. We are doing... Oh. See what I mean? It does get harder. Right, okay, we're going to push in now. I want to try and actually capture this, because I've never actually won an attacking game mode before. So this is actually quite hard. I admit, this is actually quite hard. There we go. We unfortunately don't have a medic. Okay, let's go. Let's set up. There we go. We're doing it. Okay, so we need to wait for more reinforcements to come. So it is the gameplay is very similar. as to the Conquest before it, but it's just that you are attacking it and you have to try and defend it or attack it. I don't know what I'm saying, but basically, as you can see, waves do come, but basically once you have capped out, you have won. It's not like before where you cap it and then you have to try and get to 100 points. Once you cap it, you have won. That's it. So it is very good, this game mode, but at the same time it is very hard to do. At the first stages like this, it's quite easy, but as the game goes on, you have to capture more points and it does get more difficult. So just bear in mind that it does get more difficult, and you will have to keep upgrading your troops, keep going from there. So just bear in mind that. Look at this, and as you can see that the enemy just keep coming and they're going to try and take it back, but we're actually almost captured this. But the capture progress does go quite slow, so just bear in mind that you do have to try and defend for as long as possible until you cap it out. Well, it's like you have to attack and then defend it, so it's kind of like a mix of both, but wait till you see the defending, because the defending is actually a lot of fun, especially when you get to the higher rounds. It's a lot more fun. All right, now that we've got we can call in more reinforcements, we are just going to call this through right now, and we're going to call this through. Look at that. As you can see, we have some more reinforcements on the way. So this game mode again is very fun, but if you can make this work, then it is amazing. But again, you do have to attack decisively and quickly, and there you go, just like that. Once you cap it, you win, and that's the end of it. And then of course you get your results there. So it is very different to the Conquest before, where the enemy held out and then you had to cap it and then you had to get 100 points. But now that once you cap it, that's it, you've won. You don't need to cap it for 100 points. So that's really how it works. Okay, so now that I've showed you the attacking side of it, let's go on to the defending side, and I'll give you a wee bit of mind on how that works. So let's get straight into the action. Also, sorry, just quickly before we get into the defending gameplay of it, when you get off from the attacking side, make sure you upgrade the small defense, because that means you'll be prepared for the defending side of it. So make sure you get the small defense when going to the attacking side, and that means they'll give you one more point, which you can maybe get like one of them or one of them. So let's do that. Just bear in mind that. So get the small defense after the attacking mission, or get it at the start and then go from there. So yeah. Now let's get into the defending side and let's see if we can hold them back. But again, just before we quickly get into the action, is that as you can see now that at the bottom right, where besides select missions and single player, you can see now that is kind of like a shield. So that means now that you are defending on this map, and what you do, you select the mission, and of course you can only select one defending mission at this point, and then of course you can do more of them as you go on. But basically you want to, as you can now, it now says defending, so now that you have to defend this, and of course we're going to go with 1 star, press confirm, and then you can get straight into the action. Okay guys, so now we have the now we're on the defending side. I keep looking at my first screen because I think the camera's there. Anyway, so as you can see now that the area is now swapped, or we've now switched positions. So now what that means is that now we have 2 points to hold off. Usually it's not 1, it's now 2, so it is a wee bit harder now to defend. Now we have 2 areas to hold off, so we now have to, it now switches, so now we have to try and hold off the capture area until we get 100 points. And then if they capture a point, that means, so before, what I found out the hard way is that if you capture 1 point and then you don't capture the other, the capture point up here, it doesn't stop, it just continues. So you actually have to capture all the points to make sure that you guarantee the win. So just bear in mind that. So just bear in mind when that actually comes, make sure that you are prepared to attack all the points and not just one like it was before, which I do kind of find annoying, but at the end of the day, you know, you do have to defend. So anyway, let us get going. So and you see that you do have AI help, so which is good, and you also do have a few kind of a few sandbags, or a few ditches I should say, that are automatically set up for you, which means that you can get your guys into position. So as you can see that my truck is actually very nice held up down in this kind of hull down position. Unfortunately my guy is kind of vulnerable, but that's okay. As you can see that these guys are struggling, the Americans are struggling, but it is okay, because as you can see that it is very nice, it is very handy how the area is, you do have some areas already set up for you, so you don't really need to set up anything. And this is what I mean by having that research tree, by upgrading to having a small defense. So these things are automatically set up when you unlock that small defense that you've unlocked in after the attacking battle. So make sure you do get that, and then keep upgrading your defense so it does get stronger. And as you can see, we are holding out quite well, and then our points are going up. And as you can see that the enemies do keep spawning until they can really capture your point. And then once that is done, then if you lose that one capture point, it doesn't mean that you've completely lost the game. It means that your points do still go up, but try and retake it back, because that means you still have that one capture point left, but it just means that, you know, you're just going to have to defend this one area, which is kind of annoying, but try and defend both areas for as long as possible. And unfortunately my truck is being completely depleted, so that's not very good, and 2 of our guys are already down, so this is not good. Oh, 3 of our guys are just down. This is not going well. As you can see, these guys are actually pushing up. And this, by the way, we're playing against the Americans, so these are US Marines already, which are very strong, so we're definitely going to have to be careful. We're going to pull our truck up a wee bit. There we go. Unfortunately, our guy is stuck. I don't know why. Right, there we go. Right, we're going to pull this thing into position here. Try and get a few shots off. There we go. Try and take them out. And then try and hold off for as long as possible. As you can see that the AI is actually quite hard, but also the AI on your side is actually very good, so they hold off their position for as long as possible. As you can see, the defenses are really actually good. They hold up for a long time. Now the AI is going to try and again go for the first point or capture point A first, but then they'll split up their troops and then try and go for your second point. So make sure you do have your infantry split up, and make sure you have both of the points well defended. So a good point, just a point out there. And also let's get this guy over in this truck, see if we can put him over here. Right, now we have some more reinforcements. Good stuff. We can now pull up our troops. We have more available troops, and this time we have some guys with medics, which is really nice. So let's pop these guys up over here. As you can see, there is actually an area where you can actually hold up over here, which is quite nice. So you can pop your guys here. You can pop your guys actually along any route. It's actually just really good. And you want to hold, again, you want to hold these points with your life. That's what I'm saying. You want to hold these points with your life. And if you can get a good strong defense going, if you split up your men equally around everywhere, then you will have a good solid defense that you will hold and you will not lose. That is a guaranteed promise. Now again, don't always follow my advice, because my advice isn't always 100%. I try to give the best advice as possible. But if you can think on your feet, this is what you have to do with the attack, most of the defending. That the AI don't tell you where they're going. They don't tell you where they're going to attack. They might attack A, they might attack B. So you're going to have to, set up defenses quite strongly. As you can see, my B point isn't really well defended, but I know that I have a lot of infantry over in this area, which kind of covers A and B. So if you can get your guys roughly about in the middle point, you will have a good defense up there. So try and do that. And as you can see, that it is working out very well. It is working out very well. And as you can see, that some of our guys are down, which is not good. Our AI guys are down already, which is not good. Alright, let's set these guys up, because these guys are not very well set up. They're just lying on the floor. Oh, great, man. Well done. I'm trying to get you to defend over here. Go over here. There we go. As you can see that, yeah, this point is vulnerable because it is very forward up, but you can see that we've managed to hold them back. Look at them. We've managed to hold them back all the way out here. They won't bring out any vehicles in the first round of attacking or defending, but in like the second wave or third wave, then they start going to bring out vehicles. Then it's going to get a lot harder. So just a wee tip there. So let's make sure we have everything up to scratch. We get everything ready. And as you can see, the first wave isn't as bad as you think. So we're going to move these guys over here. Did my guy heal him? Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, well. That's a shame. Look at this. This area is holding up fantastically. Yeah, look at this. See, this is what you want to do. Hold up a really good position on these areas where it is automatically set up. Don't try and set up your own sandbags, because number one, it wastes time, and number two, you won't really set them up in time when they attack. So make sure you just use these positions that are already set up for you. Just a tip there as well. Yeah, so set them up. I'm losing my voice already, which is not good. Oh, come on. There we go. Look at that, and it's nicely set up. Now, as you can see, we've almost won it. We're at 78 points, and you can see that the AI isn't really doing their best in the first rounds. But again, once you get to those harder rounds, once you get to the next levels, then it will start being harder and harder. And then from there, you're just going to have to build up your troops and try and research more things. From this point on is that the AI don't actually spawn anything else. They only spawn things after, I think, wave round 3 or spawn 3. So I don't think they're going to spawn anything else. So I'll probably just cut to the point where we're oh wait, no, they do spawn more stuff. My bad. As you can see, look, we were against up the US Marines, and the US Marines are good, but we still managed to hold out pretty damn well. Just make sure you get everything ready, everything up quickly. Again, actually at the start of the defending, make sure you spawn your stuff as quickly as possible, because the AI, the enemy AI, will not wait for you. They will attack with instant. The enemy AI will just attack and not hold back. So make sure you get out your infantry out as quickly as you can. Just a wee tip there as well. And as you can see, we're holding out pretty damn well. We've only lost maybe 1 or 2 guys at the most. So yeah, nothing too major. They keep spawning, but as you can see that we're absolutely dominating this. It's going to be easy from there. Yeah, look at this. Easy, easy, easy. Again, the first rounds, as I've said, are easy, but just make sure that you don't get cocky or anything, because if you get cocky, then you're gonna jinx yourself, and then you're gonna have to retreat. Now, actually, something I did forget is that if you are losing, so what you want to do is press escape, and then you want to press retreat. And what that does is, when you press retreat, is that usually there is a quit button, but when you press retreat, is that means you lose, but that means you lose and you don't get as much rewards, but it means that you manage to keep all your infantry. Even during the middle of a battle and some of your guys are dead, you get to keep all of your guys from before you started the mission. So if you do want to retreat, then press retreat, and it just gives you a wee warning saying you may not get all your rewards, but it just means that you still get to keep your troops and everything. So if you do want to retreat, you can do that, but try and hold out for as long as possible. So as you can see, we've won that quite easily, and we've managed to get some good rewards with it. So as you can see, you get some good rewards here. And also make sure to resupply your guys all the time, because that is the most important part, because if you do not resupply them, that means you're going into a battle with half an army. So make sure you do resupply them. And then also, I got some research points. I got some 4 points, so I'm gonna get stage 3, and then I'm also gonna get actually, what should I get? I should get a, I don't know, I might get, what should I get? I'll get, I actually don't know. I'll get this thing over here. Sure, why not? Oh, I didn't mean to unclick it, and I wanted So get those things there. So once I've got it, that means now it has been added to my list over here. You press save and you've got everything here. And oh, actually I forgot to show you what it's like. So I forgot to research. That was the thing I researched. So basically, once you have researched this, that means it will unlock this one over here, which I stupidly forgot to do. So now that you've got everything, well, unfortunately I actually picked my mission automatically, but as you can see, the bar is still the same. I've won 2 battles, I haven't lost any battles yet, and as you can see that we have our new grenadier team, which is right here, and also we have, what else did we get? We also got this thing as well, which shoots rockets, so which is quite nice. So there you go, guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy this. I hope you now have a good understanding of this new Conquest version 3.0. If you guys still do have any questions for me, leave it down in the comments and I'll get to you as soon as possible with those with those questions. So that is it, guys. I hope you do enjoy this. More Conquest will definitely be coming to the channel, but that is just a wee review of the Conquest version 3.0. So, and also if you want me to still do the Russian campaign on New Year's Eve and I'll live stream, if we can get this video to 20 likes and I'll do it. Last video we got to 18 likes, so if we can just get a wee bit 2 more, then I will live stream the Russian campaign on New Year's Eve. So I think that's a good deal. So on that, guys, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching and your support, and I will see you in the next video. See you later and goodbye.